it's Miss Dennis. We're here today with a new weekly reader from our Reading Street curriculum, and it's called Carl the Complainer. Carl the Complainer was complaining about a lot of things that went on that he did not like. So instead of him continuing to complain, he decides to do something about it. So take a listen to our weekly reader, and we'll see you at the end.
Carl the Complainer, written by Michelle Knudsen, illustrated by Marianne Coca-Leffler. Question of the week: how can we be responsible community members? Genre: realistic fiction tells about made-up events that could happen in real life. In this story, you will read about a boy helping his community.
My friends say I complain a lot. They even call me Carl the Complainer. But hey, some things are just so annoying. Like TV jingles that get stuck in your head, and paper cuts. It's 5 o'clock, the time the town park closes. 5 p.m. is way too early for the park to close, I complain for about the millionth time. We turn down Dale's street. At least we've got a town park. He goes on. Look. I know, I say laughing. Look on the bright side. Dale starts laughing. Keep it down out there, Dale's next-door neighbor yells. Sorry, Mr. Henry, we both call out. We go into Dale's house. I show Dale a cool website, but an ad pops up, then 4 more. Pop-up ads are so annoying, I complain. I start clicking them all closed. Wait, says Dale. There's a petition to save Power Friends. I want to sign it. I love that show. Why bother, I say. The best shows always get canceled. It's so annoying. That's what the petition is about, Dale explains. If the network sees that lots of kids like the show, they might keep it on. Can anyone start a petition? Dale shrugs. Sure, I guess. Why? Maybe we should start one, I say. A petition to keep the park open later. Great idea, Dale says. But how do we do it? There's always the internet, says Dale. A few clicks later, we find a how-to site about petitions. Perfect petition pointers. 1. Give it a title. For example, petition to make Bigfoot the new school mascot. 2. Say whom it is addressed to. 3. Say who is sending it. 4. Say what you want to do or undo. 5. Get people to sign it. The more people, the better. 6. Give it to a person or group who has the power to do what you want to get done. Dale and I write up the petition and make copies. Then we get our friends together and tell them about our plan. I'll help collect signatures, says Laura. Me too, adds Tony. It would be great if the park stayed open later. Mary and Pete want to help also. Petition to change park hours. 2. Hanford Town Council. We, the following community members of Hanford, would like the town park to stay open later. We feel the kids of Hanford need a good place to play baseball and other things. Grown-ups could stay in the park later, too. We all take copies and split up into teams. My parents are happy to sign. That's 2 names already, I say. This will be a snap. But Mrs. Monroe next door says, sorry kids, now isn't a good time. At the next house, Mr. Adams listens to about 1 sentence. Not interested, he mumbles. Maybe we should try someplace with more people, I suggest. We try the train station. We try the supermarket. But most people are too busy to even listen to what we have to say. We all meet up at Dale's. Everybody has been unlucky. This is so annoying, I groan. There must be more people who want the park open later, says Laura. That's it, I shout. We should be talking to people at the park. Yes, everybody yells. We sit around Dale's kitchen table and start brainstorming. I'll bring treats to give away, says Tony. People will come for the treats, and then we'll tell them about the petition. We'll need signs, too, Mary chimes in. We set up in the park early Saturday morning. The signs look great. Lots of people stop at the tables. They take treats, and most of them sign the petition. By 6 o'clock, we have 99 signatures. If we could just get one more, we'd have an even 100, I say. Who haven't we asked? There's always Mr. Henry, says Dale, but good thinking, I tell him. Let's go. But, Dale repeats. I lead the way to Mr. Henry's house. Dale gulps and presses the bell. Mr. Henry opens the door. Hi, Dale starts. We were wondering if maybe you would sign our petition to keep the park open later. The park hours are just fine, Mr. Henry growls. He starts to close the door. Wait, I call out. Mr. Henry, you're always complaining that we make too much noise, so maybe you should help us do something about it. Oh, really? Like what? He snaps. You could sign our petition, I reply. If the park's open later, we can stay there instead of playing in the street. Just when I'm ready to give up, Mr. Henry smiles. You actually have a point there, son, he says. Tell you what, I'll sign your petition. I'll even get some folks in my writing group to sign it too. You're a writer? I ask. Sure. That's why I need quiet. We end up with 108 names. I hope that's enough, I say. The meeting is tomorrow. I'm very nervous on the night of the meeting. The council is sitting in the front of the room. First, a lady stands up and tells them that dog licenses are too expensive. Next, a man talks about putting a traffic light on Elm Street. Then it's my turn. Good luck, whispers Dale. My friends and I love the park, I say. But it closes at 5 p.m., and that's way too early. I hold up the petition. All the people who signed this want the park to stay open later. I don't know, says the man with the mustache. Is it a good idea to have kids playing in the park after 5? It's better than having them run around in the street, a lady in the audience replies. That's when I notice Mr. Henry. We do play outside in the street when the park closes, I say. Sometimes the noise bothers our neighbors. I grin at Mr. Henry. Keeping the park open later would solve that problem too. Mr. Henry smiles, but the council members are still disagreeing. What if they say no? It's time for the vote. I hold my breath. All in favor of keeping the park open until sundown? Asks the lady with the glasses. One by one, the council members raise their hands. I can hardly believe it. Our petition worked. Everybody claps and cheers. Dale gives me a high five. We did it, he says. And the best part is, now you'll have one less thing to complain about. Was my complaining really that bad? I ask. Yup, Dale laughs. It was, I know, I say with a grin, really annoying.
That story was so amazing. How did you like the story? I feel this story was so necessary for the times that we are going through now with the world's pandemic. A lot of times we find ourselves complaining about some of the small things, and we can't really do anything about this pandemic that we're going through, but to follow the rules. However, Carr the complainer took it amongst himself to stop complaining about the park hours and to start a petition. What kind of petition would you start? Now, let's head on over to Moby Max to finish some assignments, and we'll see you during math time.